Cowboys and Ravens play on a Tuesday, plus college playoffs impact of the Ohio State-Michigan cancellation. But we begin with the best thing I saw today. How about a game that involves Ronaldo and Messi? Legends, all-time legends, right on the pitch. Juventus and Barcelona. But cue up the David Bowie, the young American, Weston McKennie. Oh.
Is that like an alley-oop?
It's a Galazzo, Steve, is what it is.
He doesn't let it hit the ground.
22-year-old American put Juventus up 2-0. They would go on to win 3-0. Bowie's in space. The young American. That's a Flight of the Conchords and a Bowie. The show's 2 minutes old. We're on fire, Steve.
Getting loose.
Here we go. No breaks. Ravens have lost 3 straight, 4 of 5. They're welcoming Dallas, which means it's an opportunity for Des Bryant to play against his former team. And just before the game, he's taken off the field because he's tested positive for COVID. He tweeted he tested positive for COVID. 16 minutes later, he said he was going to call it a quit for the rest of the season. But given the Baltimore situation, that a guy tests positive right before the game, and we're like, play ball. It's 3-0. It's 3rd and 14. Lamar Jackson, Luke Wilson for a dozen yards. It's 4th down. No Mark Andrews in this one, so Wilson's the target there. And this is the easiest touchdown that's been scored in the NFL all year.
Really?
Well, I mean, this doesn't happen in the NFL. You don't have the entire field wide open, and what happens is Leighton Vander Esch went the wrong way, and that's the wrong guy to leave that kind of an alley because Jackson sprints to the end zone at 7-3. Dallas, though, marches right back down the field with an answer. Andy Dalton to Michael Gallup for the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys back in front, 10-7. The story of this game largely was the Ravens on the ground. The Gus Bus, Gus Edwards, 36 of the Ravens' 294 on the ground. Justin Tucker, after the drive stalls from 31. The flag, it's a formality. The man doesn't miss. But then he actually did. 70 consecutive makes inside 40, and there's like an audible, whoa. Like, what is this? That doesn't happen. Well, it did happen. Not a big deal in the grand scheme for the Ravens because immediately after the defense gets the ball right back, Patrick Queen, LSU Rook, gets his hands on it.
Good player.
He's excellent. Next play, Jackson. Remember how open he was running down the field? Now it's Miles Boykin who's in space. The Ravens are back in front and would not surrender the lead again. 14-10 the score. Closing seconds of the first half. Dalton, this is why you blitz, right? I mean, everybody takes shots at Greg Williams. He gets fired. You don't blitz and you let a guy wind up the old hand cannon. And CeeDee Lamb, as you'll see as we slow it down, he gets his mitts on it. Couldn't quite come down without. It would have been a massive play for momentum's sake for Dallas heading into the locker room. Third quarter, 3rd and 10. Jackson, of course, missed that game on Wednesday against Pittsburgh. Didn't look cold or sick in this one, did he, Steve?
Looked all right to me.
Yep. A little inside the beltway here. Jackson looking around, and this couldn't be thrown any better. Hollywood Brown in the corner, making something out of nothing. He turns, and this has got to be dropped perfectly into his hands. Left foot, right toe drag. The Ravens would add a late score, which had people losing their minds. Fantasy playoffs, not fantasy playoffs. Lamar, though, back on the field and happy about it.
It felt like I ain't played a whole season. I was like, I feel good to be back with my guys, even in practice, walking into the locker room and stuff like that. It's like, man, I couldn't wait to see y'all face. It was like 2 weeks I ain't see those guys. So it was like, man, I can't wait to get out there and perform for those guys because I know how much, it means to us to win games.
Man, he was ready to get back and play. Obviously, you have to get over it, get healthy. And we're able to get him back. Had a great practice, had a great walkthrough, let him get acquainted, let him get up to speed. And he came out and played a good game, man. So we got his back. He just has
Bring him up!
Hey. You know what I'm talking about, Kings? No, but he's the man, and we got his back. He doesn't have to be superhuman. He just has to be LJ, and the rest of us got his back.
Big trust. Ravens' second team with 3 70-yard rushers in a single game this season. The other team also did it against that Dallas defense, which I think in a nutshell, how do we best?
Not very good.
Browns week 4 got 70+ from Johnson, Hunt, and Odell Beckham Jr.
You know, considering how pathetic the Dallas Cowboys are, you know, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to do anything. I mean, it's a Tuesday night game. Ravens had a lot to deal with, COVID-19 and all of this other stuff. I mean, damn. Des Bryant practically retired. I think literally retired for the season because you know something? Why play? I mean, I'm warming up and I test positive for COVID and they pull me off the field. I mean, damn. Against my former team. I wasn't going to say nothing. Because, you know, hey, you know, stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, rough season for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott out. Nothing but love for you, bro. Get better soon. But then I saw the stat. After J.K. Dobbins just ran for the touchdown, putting them up 34-17, and the offensive line yelled, "Easy money, easy work." And then I saw that the Baltimore Ravens ran for 294 yards. Oh my God. They can't help themselves. Poor buddy. Poor Jerry Jones, my buddy. Poor Jerry Jones, suffering the way that he is. But all you Cowboy fans out there, I know it's rough. I just want to say one thing to you. How about them Cowboys?
This young, talented Washington defense hung in. Their offense makes plays. And Chase Young loving it as Washington goes into Pittsburgh and ends the Steelers' undefeated season. You knew the Steelers would have a tough time to get to 16-0. I don't know how important it was organizationally for them, but they don't get there. I don't know who thought Washington would end it, although that number was kind of interesting. They were less than a touchdown favorite in this one. Monday, Washington entered at 4-7. They become the team with the fewest wins in NFL history to knock off an opponent who was 11-0 or better. Ron Rivera begins the thoughts after Washington's big win.
In spite of some of the decisions I made today, you know, they played their asses off. You know, then this really does rank up there just because of the fact you know who we beat them in Pittsburgh. You know, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's one of the storied franchises as well in this league. So to come in and win, you know, that was big for our guys. I'm real proud of them.
Steelers hang on to the 1 seed in the loaded AFC thanks to a better conference record, but it'll be a fight with the Chiefs for that all-important bye. Keep in mind, this year they're just one with the changes to the playoff structure. Tricky schedule down the line. Monday night game against the Bengals, their only remaining game against a non-playoff team. Chiefs on paper have the easier schedule, but plenty of fight in the Falcons. Chargers, I don't know after what happened on Sunday. After this loss, Coach Tomlin, never at a loss for precise perspective.
Different points along the journey, you get a chance to learn about yourself, who you are, what you're made of, individually and collectively, and it takes the journey to reveal that. And so, you know, we're faced with a loss now, so we'll get an opportunity to smile in the face of it.
Yeah, it stinks. It's been a while since we've lost a game, so you know, it's not a good feeling, but you know, we'll prepare for a short week and get ready to go again.
We look forward to our Monday visits with Ryan Clark, particularly with a team, 2 teams, I should say, actually, that you know quite a bit about, Ryan. And if we're to narrow it down to what went wrong for Pittsburgh, where would you start?
You know what? It starts with what Pittsburgh can't do, which is run the ball. And it starts with how they were playing this game. And it ends with season-defining plays. And you're going to see 2 of them right here with the game tied 17-17. The Pittsburgh Steelers